just outside of the nation's capital in nearby Landover, Maryland. Welcome in. We're getting a look at the enormous Northwest Stadium. Up next, we're keeping it in the NFC for this one, between the New Orleans Saints and the Washington Commanders. Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And we're off and running from Landover. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Come on. Hey! Viking 18!
First give of the game to the rookie for Morgan. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a new set of downs for New Orleans.
When you script that first 15, Kate, and that first play is a run play, you can't do it better than that.
60 Eagles! 60 Eagles!
Pass play on 1st and 10. Setting up the screen. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
2nd and 3 now.
Ready?
Shotgun snap, but gives it full. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2.
Rambo 80! Ready?
That one's out and cut on the right side. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Throwing it on 2nd down. He splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Seventh play of the drive. Offense facing 3rd and 3.
Here we go, set! Cougar 19! Take up!
Pitch to Kamara. And this is going to go in the wrong direction. He loses just about the amount of yards they needed to get there. It's going to be 4th down. I think we both sensed it as the play was developing, Brock. It didn't look like either guy wanted the football, and you can see why with how well it played out defensively.
Yeah, there's 2 looks as a quarterback you hate to see on your teammate's face. When you throw your receiver into coverage and he gets smacked, and then when you pitch it out to the running back and he gets the negative yards on his stat sheet, yeah, that's one the quarterback's got to rectify.
What do you do with that? Reed now to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Ready, go!
Blown back, gets the handoff. And they're going to bring him down just moments before he's able to break it across midfield. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Here we go. Unlock right. Unlock right. Cowboy 80. Ready, ready.
Here's the long back on the handoff. And this play is nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. It's a pickup of 26. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
19. Buffalo 18.
1st down, play action. And this is caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders pull ahead 6-3 in the 1st. So a touchdown on the board for Brock as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Saints find themselves with some good field position starting out. Now start on the ground. It's 4. And a power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find an aggressive call on 2nd.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Kamara running out of the gun. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
They need some extra time to think over 3rd and long. We've got a timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10.
Let's go now.
Motioning left is Johnston.
Ready.
He gets it out left, and it's caught. And he's going to wind up out of bounds on 3rd down, so they're going to be forced to punt this away now. So 4th down, and here comes Kai Kroger, punt for the Saints. Jalen Lane back deep for the Commanders. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away.
Washington takes over on 1st and 10. At their own 20-yard line.
Hold the ready.
All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes 1st and 10. They're going play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Catch made left side by Laporta. And he hits him for a gain of 6. He's up to the 26.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Give him 3 yards, and they're just inches away on 3rd down.
Ready. Fix the eagle. Fix the eagle.
So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter one. 7-3 is our score. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They're looking at a borderline gimme third down here. Sending him on the dive. And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead, get what you need.
32-yard line.
First and 10 from the 32.
Pat the 60, pat the 60. Let's go.
Going back in the backfield, and they give it to him. He did well to shake off one tackle partner, but the next one got him. He's going to lose yards. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
19, Tiger, 19, Mustang 19. Panther 11, Panther 11.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete. That was Terry McLaurin on the target. So they're left facing third and long.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Hey, Smash. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Dragon 60.
Third and long for him here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And they're going to be stuck with a fourth and long. And he can't find anything as he goes out of bounds. Nothing on that return.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Pass him on the quick hitter. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Offense is set. This is second and 2. Running back sent in motion. Second down, looking for options. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
We've got first down here from the 36.
Let's go now. 70 Lions. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Ford. Had some room to work, and he took advantage. Give him 7.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Last run got him 7. Here comes second and 3.
Come on, come on. Pat the 60, pat the... Let's go.
Staying on the ground with Ford. He's going to be held up after gaining 2, so a little shy of that marker. Third down coming up.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, defense, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out. Third and short.
On the jump.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is third and inches.
Here we go, here we go. Cougar 19.
Another one for Ford. He's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Offense there, Kate, went heavy with that 13 personnel. One back, 3 tight ends, and those 3 added blockers. Just the element they needed to spring that run.
First down, and they go right back to him. And the big gain followed by a little bit of a loss here. Defense getting the better of them on that run.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
All right, here we go. Second down. On his own read, here's a gift to Ford. And rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
8th play of the drive now. They need 2 to keep it going.
Here we go, set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Quick throw is caught. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Get up. Hiking 18.
Looking in the air here. Hits him on the out route. And they get him out just before he can move those chains, partner. It's a gain of 9 on first down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Ready?
Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. And we're coming up from Northwest Stadium. Stick around. All right up against that marker, but not there yet. It's 2nd and inches.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready?
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Reed now to kick this one away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball to the 35 to begin this drive. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Ready? 70 Lions.
They'll throw to begin this drive. They send it out wide to Samuel. Crosses midfield, still going. Down the sideline into the red zone. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders get some late points and the lead. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown.
I think he'll take his highlights however he can get them on a handoff, pin-off pass. It really doesn't matter. The important thing is he gets the ball, he gets the touch, and he can do his damage. Big time.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders take a 4-point lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he got all in that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Putting a receiver in motion. Quick throw out wide. I think this might be a double pass. They connect on the trick play. He's brought down. What a surprise with a double pass there. Gets him a 1st down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
The 47-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Let's go now.
He'll look to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And they bring him to a halt right at that midfield strike. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet. This is kind of good on good. The offense gets completion, not going backwards. And the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
They send the tight end in motion left. Setting up to throw. Makes the grab and bounds left side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints get some late points and the lead.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. Well, you can't do that. Got to avoid hitting the kicker. And because of that, the kickoff will be coming from midfield. Reed now to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for a Washington 1st down.
Okay, break.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Two. Dragon 60. Mustang 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Now here he goes on the boot. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time in secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
Cowboy 80.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Escapes the pocket. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
That may not look like much, and on tomorrow's grade sheet, it'll just be an S for satisfactory. But that's a good decision. Know where to go with the ball, and don't put it in harm's way.
Ready. Cougar 19.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Setting up the running back screen. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. Even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's going to give the Commanders a 1st down.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Ready.
He's going to throw it again. Dumped off to his running back. And he will wind up out of bounds after a 1st down gain of right around 3 yards.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
60 Bison. Drop 60. Cup 19. Cup 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Go.
Sticking to the air here. Hits his running back. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd down and 2 here. The offense coming to the line for its 7th play of this drive.
60 Bucks. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 79 Broncos. Panther 11.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. He's got the 1st down grab and still going. He is in. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders take the lead just before halftime. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown.
That play really had all the elements you're looking for from a tight end, showing that he can stretch that field. With the route, check. Secure the catch, quickly become a runner, check. And finally go finish that drive off and celebrate with your homeboys.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders take a 4-point lead.
21. Saints 17.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here.
35-yard line.
Ready?
First and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half.
Ready?
We put a receiver in motion left.
Tap to 60.
Airing it out to start this drive. Setting up the screen. And he'll get it up to the 44. All right, now a timeout is called. 9 seconds to go in this half.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Just a yard left to go on second down.
Come on, come on. Hey.
Palmer coming in motion left. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Get up. Drop all 80.
Looking to throw. Look at that power, deep left side. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. Now, what a stretch to begin the game, Brock. That finally his first incompletion. He had been perfect across so many looks before that.
Hard. It's just hard to be perfect with that kind of precision. That was rhythm. It's truly rhythm personified.
Yeah, it makes you marvel at the NFL record, doesn't it? That slid this great note from our stats savant, Daniel Kitchen. Phillip Rivers owns that record, Brock. 25 straight completions to begin a game. And they will not connect. Took his shot there to end the half, but no dice. That's going to take us to the break. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Now from a franchise who authored the most famous one ever back in that 09 Super Bowl, it's the Saints starting the half with an onside kick. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. All right, partner, are you on board with that call we just saw? Yes, they trailed, but it's not a huge lead. It's only in the 3rd quarter. Hold it, you jumped the gun. Now they're in a tougher spot because they didn't recover. Did you say no?
No. No.
Why not?
Because 95% of the time or so, those things fail. Why would you do that this early? No. Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Ready? 3. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Buffalo 18, 18 Pioneer. Ready?
Back to throw. He's got Jalen Lane. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. He gets 16 yards on that play. And that's good for a Washington first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Cougar, go!
There's a dive up the middle. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders grow the lead coming out of halftime. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Commanders drive their lead to 11.
Commanders 28, Saints 17.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35.
Ready, ready.
First and 10, Saints find themselves with some good field position starting out.
Here we go, here we go.
Man in motion out of the slot. To the air now on first and 10. It's complete to Johnston, now right. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, you give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Short pass brought in. Dodges another stop. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First down, Saints.
First and 10 now from the 46. Kick the running back in motion. To throw here on first down. Completed over the middle. And this one does not go far.
That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They are throwing it again. Finding Johnson once more. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Still sticking with the passing game. Screen here for Kamara. And he nearly gets him another first down as they force him out just shy of the marker.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Just a yard left to go on second down.
Here we go, set. 18 Cardinal.
Motioning the tight end now.
Ready.
Second and manageable. He's throwing. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate.
They get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, this is one of those times and moments that even though it's been years and decades, I can still hear the great Mike Holmgren saying to me, after I tried to scramble as a QB that couldn't really run like I got it today, and he would say, oh, God, bless your heart. Oh, bless your heart. And really what he's saying is don't ever try that again.
Breaking the huddle. Here's first and goal.
Ready. Go.
Here's Ford. There's some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind them, now listen guys, it's going to be contested. We know it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Fails to find his running back. And that forces them to 4th and goal. So the Saints send out Blake Grupe for the try. A 27-yard look here. Grupe sends it through. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
What a season this guy has had. Yet to miss on a field goal this entire year. And I really hope I didn't just jinx him.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Warriors, 70. Let's cut up.
That play straight ahead. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
Ready, ready.
They'll go play action. Well, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. And the Saints have it down near the opposing 40 after the return is stopped.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
First and 10 from the 43. Man in motion here. They'll throw here on 1st. Escapes the pocket. Brought in right side. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the 1st.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit. And you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
3 quarters in the books from this one. It's the Saints' ball. They're down on the scoreboard, but things not out of hand yet. Second and 3 now. On the option, here's 4. They're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, New Orleans.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, 2nd down.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Quarterback run here. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming, so managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready.
There he is on 3rd and short. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Ready?
So here are the Saints facing a consequential two-point attempt.
The Saints will line up.
They're going to try and run for it. And he gets into the end zone. This one all tied up here in the fourth quarter. But we all knew extra point was doing nobody any good there. Got to go for two in the tie. They do. They get it. And just like that, we're all squared up here in the second half.
Squared up, brand new ball game, even Steven. Who is Steven? You know who Steven is?
No, go ahead. Go ahead, though. Take it.
I know who Steven is, and I don't really care because it's a whole new game with both teams totally alive.
At their own 23-yard line.
Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
First and 10 at the
You just got to love that angle, right? It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off and stand.
And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, and not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul.
On the ready.
Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic first down. They'll run here following the penalty. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
Back to the line they come, 2nd down.
70. Let's go now. Now, Hawk 70. Hawk.
Takes the handoff, now to throw. To the right and hauled in by Laporta. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
Dude, I can promise you that's one of those play-action plays they've left over the week during practice. That both quarterback and tight end went to bed last night thinking, man, I hope this one's called. And when it is, I hope you have just a little space to operate. That play-action works beautifully, and the tight end, the beneficiary.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Warriors 70. Panther 60. Panther 60. Drop 60. Drop 60. Mustang 19. Ready up.
Looking to throw. He finds Ingram, working downfield here. He makes it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take a 4th quarter lead. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that second one far bigger than his first one. You just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the second half. It's a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Saints 28.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball to the 35 to begin this drive.
Ready.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Working now from the gun. Catch made over the middle. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give the quarterback a chance.
And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Manages a gain of 3 there. And that's good for a Saints first down.
There we go.
They send a receiver in motion right.
Ready.
1st and 10, looking to throw. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Commanders pick this one up. Free up the middle. Gets a breakaway. And Washington finishes the return to the end zone. Touchdown! The Commanders go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. I think they would have happily just taken the turnover, Brock, but how about the wherewithal of the defender to take it back for the score?
Yeah, that is a scoop and score in the definition of a splash play defensively. You don't just rip possession away from the offense. You rip their heart out, too. You rip possession, you turn it into points, and now that beleaguered offense is going to have to get right back on the field.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
1st and 10, Saints find themselves with some good field position starting out. They'll throw to start the drive. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. So it'll be 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10. At the 35-yard line.
Back to throw now. To the right, it's pulled in by Palmer. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Landover. Saints losing by 14. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10.
Cougar 19.
Quick throw outside, and they might throw this again. Can't get the trick play away, though. They take him down before he can throw it. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Come on. Nicky Vice.
They'll throw it. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, it kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Go. 60 Bobcat.
Looking to throw it. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
I'll say, Kate, that defense looked even better, sharper on 3rd down than they did on 2nd. They played that one so tight there was no window to throw.
Ready.
They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Motion man is the tight end. He's going left.
19 Tiger.
Desperation time here on 4th. The throw left side finds Johnson. This one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him a first on 4th down. Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. 1st down, play action. Couldn't connect right side, it's incomplete.
Offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. He just couldn't quite find the connection.
Ready? Gravity Lions. Let's go.
Back to the air they go on second down. This is going to be incomplete again. Defender knocks this one away. That brings up third down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
70.
To throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring it fourth down.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do, try to force that fourth down, gets down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure. Let the cover guys go shut it down.
Hands are tied. Got to have it on this fourth down. Desperation time here. Trying to push deep downfield. And that's probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Quan Martin with the pick. And the Commanders will take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line.
Intercepted. It's a turnover on down.
All right, the Washington offense is set. Here comes first and 10.
Here we go. Back. Cowboy 80. Ready?
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. Went the wrong way on first down, Brock. Here comes second and 12. Back-to-back carries here. And he used all the space he had. Got him around 8. That sets up third down. We have a timeout here. Second one taken by New Orleans. And they'll have just one left to burn now. To the line. Here's third and 3. Trying to throw this from the gun. Throwing deep to the left side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. The Commanders ready for the punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. He has it at the 22. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. First and 10.
Come on.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. Big game downfield. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down at their 32-yard line. The Saints call their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Palmer motioning right. Working on first down. Sends this to the end zone. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Quan Martin with the pick. And the Commanders are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down.
26-yard line.
Line up the design keeper.